Hi, Coach. Good morning. Zarigia from ESPN Brazil. I want to talk about the grit and determination of your team last night. I want to. Seems like everybody has the same mindset, or even though I not play my best, I'll leave 100% in the floor. How huge was that? And I want to talk. I want you to talk about TJ, the energy that he brought from the bench last night.
Well, the magnitude of the challenge with Oklahoma City is daunting because of the kind of year that they had and how great they are. I mean, they're historically great in so many different areas, and they got the MVP. So it's hard. It takes nothing less than everything we possibly have together. And it's only been 3 games. It feels like it's been longer. This is an 18-day series where the last one was 13 days, and so with how it's stretched out, it's a long haul. But we need everybody. We need everybody to put everything they have into it, and that's how we've gotten to the finals.
Jenny up front.
Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Rick, TJ and Alex, both a couple guys that have made their way in the NBA. What has impressed you just about the way that, they've not only played well, but changed all 3 games in different ways? What's impressed you about those 2 guys?
They're both self-made guys. They've overcome a lot. I mentioned this last week. We had Alex Caruso in one of our free agent camps in Dallas. I don't even remember what year it was, but he hadn't even gotten into the league yet. He may have played internationally or something like that, and he had a good 2 or 3 days, but we didn't even bring him to the summer league or ask him to summer league, and so some of these guys that go under the radar. Have that level of grit and determination that is able to get them to the league and to get them some longevity and high impact. And both of these guys are examples of that.
Joe,
can I ask you another coaches association question?
You can try.
There's been some wild reports out there the last couple of days about the Knicks asking for permission to interview all these coaches who already have jobs with other teams. And I wonder if there is a stance from the Coaches Association about this very thing, about going after head coaches who are already employed by other teams.
Why would there be an issue about having interest in great coaches?
Oh, it just would be, I guess, excluding guys who...
These are all, the names of guys that are, the permission is being asked to speak to these guys. I've seen, Jason Kidd, one Billy Donovan, Quinn Snyder, Chris Finch. Who was the 5th? There was another one, right?
Yeah.
Ime Udoka. These guys are all great coaches. I don't have any problem with it. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not speaking for the Coaches Association, but, that just, to me, above all, it speaks to the value of great coaching. And so, I don't see an issue with it, but I'm not authorized to speak on behalf of the Coaches Association. I'm only giving you my opinion.
And then a quick final follow-up. You mentioned that Miles wasn't feeling well last night and might not be with you guys today. I just wanted to know if he was able to come in. And
he's not coming to media. Not coming to media. He was there for our film session, and he's going home. So hopefully he'll feel better. He'll feel better tomorrow. We'll see.
Tim here in the corner.
Rick, you guys have had 2-1 leads in every series so far. When I know it's just the start.
Yeah, and listen, before you even ask the question, we're not getting into. Not getting into answering questions about the future or anything like that. I mean, it's just. I mean, you look at what Oklahoma did at the beginning of the game, 16-7, boom, just like that. We have a lead at the end of the third quarter, boom, all of a sudden we're down 5 going into the fourth. There's no looking forward. There's, we study some of the things that have happened leading up to this, but beyond that, I'm not talking about anything having to do with, series standings or any of that kind of stuff. Be foolish. If you have another question,
I'm proud that it wasn't a looking forward question then, what I was going to ask you. The human condition being what it is it about this group that it does not relax in that situation? When it has a lead, it comes out and keeps playing the same way.
That's the challenge before us right now is to maintain and it's got to be a killer edge to beat these guys. I mean, we're going to be an underdog in every game in this series. It was 10.5 in the first 2 games, 5.5 these last night, and then tomorrow. It's a daunting challenge. Anything less than a total grit mindset, and we just don't have a chance.
Dustin towards the back left.
Rick, you've talked in the past about this team having a lot of leaders and basically everybody having kind of a voice in that. How do guys that are maybe younger, maybe quieter, guys like Andrew, Aaron, Ben Mather, and Ben Shepherd, how do those guys fit into that scenario, and how have you seen them step up in during this playoff run?
Well, we communicate a lot with our players, and guys that aren't necessarily the overt, vocal leaders by nature. We try to pull it out of them, in the room, and some certain players, like Pascal is an example of a guy that has a lot of experience. He's a leader by nature, and so at the appropriate times, he's always there to make an observation, to talk to the team about experiences that he's had, cautionary things to avoid, those kinds of things. But look, we've got great guys. I know Oklahoma's got great guys on their team. You can just tell. I mean, tell they're top shelf character people. That's one of the great features of this series, just the competitive integrity, I think, on both sides. But the challenge is massive.